It all started when the Algerian president put his name for new candidate for the 5th term as a president of Algeria.
Basically, it's not something they've done, it's something they haven't done. For the last, I think since 1962, that we had our independence from the French, we never really had a democracy. They haven't given people a chance to vote democratically. So, you know, we never really had our freedom. So from the colonization of the French into the colonization of the army. Okay, since 1962, we had 4 presidents, but they were all chosen by the army. We had elections, but I wouldn't say they are democratic elections. The elections that were run by the army, and the president was chosen by the army. We had one vote that really went against the army's decision. That was in 1991. But unfortunately, the army through that party that won the election in 91, put their leaders in prison, and they just put another president they choose. That's the way it's been since 1962, since the French left from Algeria. So people want their democracy. People want a free vote. People want to choose somebody to lead them. That's what it's all about. I mean, these young people, they just want freedom. And Algeria is a rich country. It's the biggest country in Africa. We have everything in Algeria. We just need a good leader. Because these young people, they never had a proper leader. People, their dream is to immigrate for a better life. But they don't need to do that. If we had a good government, if we had a good president, because we're a rich country, we've got everything. We've got oil, we've got gas, we've got everything, really. And we've got young people. 70-80% of the population are under 30. So, we've got everything it takes. All we need is a good leader. And we need democracy. That's all it's all about. Democracy and hard work. But if you don't have a leader, somebody to lead the people, somebody to take the people places, we never going. If the army is going to rule the country, all they're doing is taking all the richness of the country. They're taking all the money to themselves. They've got palaces, they've got properties abroad, they've got, you name it, they have it. It's just not right.
One Friday morning, after the Friday prayer, it just happened. Algerian people got together on Facebook, YouTube, and they've decided 22nd February will be the day where we march against the aged, ill, absent president.
start coming out to the streets, not to know what to expect. They were expecting the police to stop them, maybe to chase them. So nothing happened, so people just started pouring into the street. I would say in their hundreds of thousands in all different cities of Algeria, basically. They just started coming out. Young, old, women with kids in their primes, but mainly young people between, I would say, 10 and 30. There were like 70-80% of the people in the street, all surprisingly young, in a very, very peaceful demonstration, marching in the street, singing, expressing themselves, which for me, I was really surprised. I thought it might be, kids or young people will start breaking into shops or breaking cars, but I was very surprised. It was very, very peaceful.
الناس اللي ياخذوا لي السيلفي ولا الناس اللي يشطحوا ولا ناس بلادهم يخرجوا، اللي حاب يشطح واللي حاب يدير السيلفي. هذه هي الحريه تاع الصح.
And what happened since they came out on the 22nd, which was a Friday, now 8 weeks later, every Friday they're still coming out, and every week the crowd is getting, it started in their hundreds of thousands. Now we're reaching 20 million all over the country. All small towns, big town, everyone comes out on Friday afternoon, and it's like a celebration. It's like a parties in the street, people singing, people sharing food, people cleaning. And the funny thing is, after they finish the march, they clean the streets. And this is something we have not seen before. They clean the streets. I said it's like parties all over the country on a Friday afternoon. I hope even when we get what we want, I think we're still going to come out on a Friday and party, which is, I think it's very good. It's good to, for the people to get together, to do charity work, to help others, and this is the way it should be.
I hope we will get to what we want to get. The people of Algeria are really marching. We're not fighting, and we're not throwing stones. We're not demolishing our country. We're just marching with one voice, loud voice. We want changes. We want a proper democracy. We want a government that works for the people and not the people works for the government, like we see in most third world countries.
I think if we carry on coming out every Friday, no matter how long it's going to take, but with one condition, it has to be peaceful. If like between 15 and 20 people march every single Friday, every afternoon, they will listen. They think people are just going to get tired and stop this, but I think the people are determined this time, and they just getting used to going to the streets and having a party every Friday, cleaning the streets, expressing themselves, and telling the government and telling the world. I think everybody's watching us, and they are amazed of what's happening in Algeria. Even there was a joke going in the media saying that the French, the Gilets jaunes, need to come to Algeria to learn how to march. To come to Algeria, or we send them, or the Algerians would send them people to train them on how to come to the street, because we all saw what happened what's happening in the French streets when these Gilets jaunes, demonstrators come out. There's breaking-ins and they break into shops. They burn cars, and there's lots of fighting between the police and the marchers. So yes, I think we should be really proud of ourselves, because you get 20 people in the streets of the biggest cities in Algeria and nothing happens. People are happy. At the end of the day, they clean the streets before they go home and everyone is happy. And the government, surprisingly, is cooperating slowly. I mean, I keep fingers crossed, but hopefully, one day they're gonna meet all the demands of the people.
لأجل وطننا اكرمهم يا ربي بالقصور في جنة رضوان ودع الرحمن